hipster, kind of like creative, artistic look. Kind of weird, but kind of cute too. Yeah. Well, are you like in that field? I'm from Toronto. I have a lot of artistic friends.
I mean, I went to high school for art.
It is okay?
Okay, see,
I
that's...
go to like a
Science tech. Okay. So, like, what's your major then?
Wait a minute.
Oh,
But
so you're like
I
a
might
nerd, smart.
do that with product design.
Product design, mechanical engineering. So, do you build like...
We are working on a soccer project right now.
Soccer product software?
Soccer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Japanese that like shoots basketballs? Have you seen that?
I think so.
Because that's like the same thing, right?
Yeah. No, but like ours isn't like
I'm not able to listen myself.
It's just like cylinder-looking thing.
Cylinder thing that is supposed to shoot the soccer ball into a net?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like in a completely different... I'm in like the medical field.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like
NYU.
NYU. No, I'm not from here.
Oh, okay.
Are you
I go to
listening?
Well, I don't go to school. I work in Toronto.
I'm not able to
In-
listen.
I don't know if you've ever been to
You're,
Canada.
like, old.
I'm not old. Wow, that's rude.
I've been to Canada once in third grade.
Third
and
grade.
I thought it was very
Cold. Even now, like I've only been here for like 3 days.
Oh, wow.
So in Canada, you still need to wear a sweater.
Like now?
So it's a long infield from my product
You guys
dating
do
Infields
Fahrenheit, so I don't know what
Domination.
the
So
conversion
girl
is.
is waiting in this is
18 degrees
Washington Park
Yes, Celsius.
in New York.
Well, I know 32 is boiling point. So
Oh yeah, I forgot you're smart.
that's like 6 days.
Okay. Well, it's definitely a lot colder in Canada than it is here right now. Yeah. So what are you doing now? Are you just like...
I'm waiting for a friend.
Oh, me too. My friend is freaking late. I don't know where he is.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Bryan Park. I don't know if you
Bryan
know
Park
where
is
that
nice.
is.
Yeah, I love Bryan Park.
Are you from here? Or you look
I
like...
guess, yeah.
You don't look... That was not like a, yes, I am from here.
I don't know what to say. I guess I don't. Yeah.
Like, did you
talking
grow...
about New York.
Did you grow up here?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Where?
Queens.
Queens. Okay.
That's where all the Asians are at.
Oh, okay. So what do you guys do for fun around
So I
here?
can now I can listen. So this infield is like could we see my exclusive infield, not with my clients? I mean, this is very explosive video. So this girl is waiting for a date, and then this guy pick her up, and take her and boom boom. So you will see the real game here. So I have my infield also. I have to check it.
Well, if I come to the
Drink
city,
bubble tea?
I don't like boba.
Boba. Oh, you guys call it boba here?
Well, bubble tea. Actually, I've only known it as bubble tea here, and then I went to school. It's in Massachusetts. And like,
Massachusetts.
yeah, Massachusetts is
Okay, the state,
closer
right?
to
To where I'm from.
sure. And like, everyone calls it boba because there's so many people from Cali in my school. So
Are you sure you don't do something like super artistic, creative?
I
Because
do it
like
all
you look
with
at
my
your hair,
boba.
like your hair is
I
like...
actually did this like a few days ago.
Oh,
Yeah, I was dying. I thought my shoulders were gonna fall off.
really? Why?
I was doing it myself.
Oh.
And then I bleached it. And that was the 4th time I bleached my hair. And then I used toner. And like, it took like 4 to 5 hours.
4 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
I think I had... One of my friends actually did the same thing. Like, she's a girl.
And then I'm gonna dye it.
I think we can fast forward a bit so that doesn't be too boring.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go.
Is that alcoholic? Is there alcoholic ice?
Fountain.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I'm old to get my jokes.
No, I understand that. But there's also like water fountains around here.
So if you see in this, guys, if you see that we build a lot of work in building comfort, as well as we are doing a lot of attraction spikes, flirtation with the girl. and this is how the real game look like solid game.
I guess.
Like water fountains, you know, like the thing you
But I
press.
don't drink from them.
Yeah, me either. That's why, like, I was like,
You said me either.
me. Why? Is that like grammarly incorrect?
It just sounds gross.
Am I gross?
Say me neither or me too. Otherwise,
either.
it just sounds gross.
It's a Canadian thing.
Really? Actually,
Like
I
in
was
Canada.
hanging out with a Canadian friend earlier. She also goes to my school. And she can't say bag put.
Bag?
Yeah, she says it like bag.
Trying to escape. No, not fountain water.
So here is interesting. I will show you.
But you wanted to take bio.
That was just because I got an A.
So in here she will also just tell about like she's waiting for someone. Then what will happen that I told him that if they are staying in this place for a long time, that the date will come and then we will lose the girl. So I told my student we have to lead the girl to a different location so that she is not able to meet her date. So you will see that I will be like pushing him to move this girl.
Intro to bio in high school.
Not even no freshman year.
Yeah.
Intro to
Yeah, that's it. That's how the real game looks like.
molecular biology.
Okay. Okay.
I think my friend is here.
Is he coming here?
So you see the friend is here. He is coming here.
Yeah.
What? This is like
He's like somewhere.
Oh, okay. How about you come with me, get water, tell him to meet you.
What?
Tell him to meet you at like the middle part. It'll be like a 2-minute date. A spontaneous adventure with Mr. Canada. Let's go.
Wait, that's weird.
It's not weird. What? It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna see you any like after this, but just tell your friend to meet you up there.
He said he's at the arch.
So you see my hand is like moving. That move her.
It's our arch. Okay. Well,
So one thing you will notice in this infield also, like you have in New York, this kind of public fountain, like you can drink the water there. So I told him, she will tell him.
Justin, do you drink the water there?
What fountain is it?
No, this kind of like this open area, not fountain, like you can push some button and the water will come out. You can drink.
Oh
drinking
yes,
water,
yes,
it is.
yeah. I see what you're saying.
So
Yeah.
the girl said like drink there, and I said like no, to say like this is dirty. I will drink clean water, because if she drink water here, then we have no reason to move the girl. So
I want to get water, so you have to come with me first. You can't escape. No, not fountain water.
You should go buy bottled water.
Pardon? Come on, we can be like this, bro. Just joking.
Are you like desperate? Like,
Huh?
are you like thirsty or
Thirsty? Yeah, I'm thirsty.
not physically? End up like.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, you mean like, do you get approached like this a lot?
No, this is like my second time.
Second time. Where was the first time?
I was at
You know,
Target near my school.
well,
It was like, I feel like if I don't ask for your number right now, I'm gonna go jump off the Harvard Bridge.
oh my God, that is very suicidal. I'm gonna tell you right now that if you
Why is your camera all watery like that?
believe me, camera, no water fountain. I want to buy
So you see water. So she's this water fountain somewhere, and then we said no.
like a water bottle. I don't trust New York water. It's like
Well,
really.
New York has some of the best water.
Hmm?
Like the public water is actually some of the best water because
Yeah,
it comes
but
from a spring
yeah.
from upstate New York.
I agree, but if we drink the water here, then we will lose. The goal is to take the girl home. So if we drink the water here, then we will have no reason for girl to move this place, because her date is coming right now. So we are taking the girl from her date, stealing the girl.
Really,
It's ice.
it's not like water in Canada. We have like mountain water where like the snow melts.
Are you like from the suburbs?
No, I'm from Toronto,
Oh wait, yeah, you said you're from.
like Maine, but I work in the suburbs.
Wait, Why are you in New York?
I got a job offer.
Water.
Oh, okay. I got a job offer.
Okay. What kind of job?
Emergency physician.
Oh my god, that sounds really hard. And gross. Blood everywhere.
Blood everywhere. I mean, I've only been doing. I've only been working for a year, but Canada, they don't pay as much money to their doctors as much as like here.
But isn't there like a lot of insurance?
There's insurance, so everybody gets free healthcare, but we
Yeah.
don't get.
But there's free healthcare because of taxes. So the taxes should be paying the doctors.
Yeah, but like here.
So what will happen here that I somehow tell my student to convince her that we will not take the water from here. We will go to Union Square. So that's what will happen. And
Union Square
then
water. Union Square is one of the best places to get women in the summertime.
yeah. So we are in Washington Park.
Actually, all the squares, Washington Square Park.
We are in
all that
Washington.
shit.
We are in. This is in Washington Square. If you know it, this is from there. So now we will be moving.
Let's go this way.
So here the.
No, you're going in the right direction. Okay.
I don't understand. What's the goal here? Is he trying to like bring her back to his hotel or something like that? Like, what's the?
Yeah, goal is to boom her. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we are not. What should we do? I mean, if I'm dating,
So does she end up having like an actual meetup with some guy, or was that just a fogging technique or tactic?
Fogging. I mean,
well, in the sense that like if a girl is not entirely attracted to the guy right away, she might say, "I've got a boyfriend," or "I'm meeting up with somebody," or something like that, rather than saying, "I don't like the way you look. I don't like the way you sound. I'm not interested in anything about you." Like, because she doesn't know how the guy might react. He might flip out, and girls typically just don't like to hurt people's feelings. So sometimes they'll say, "Oh no, I'm not alone. I'm meeting somebody in 10 minutes."
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering, does she actually meet up with somebody?
Yeah, she is meeting. She is meeting with one guy. You will see in the video. But I mean, we took the girl to our goal. But what you are saying is it's like two type of rejections we have. One is covert rejection and one is overt rejection. So when the girl is giving you overt rejection, like on the face, she is saying no, then it is done. Then it is very hard to come back. But sometimes she's covertly rejecting you, but she is not overtly saying it. So in that situation, you can still convert a no into yes. That's where the games come into play. But when openly on the face she will say no, I'm not interested, then even the best game, it is very hard to come back.
See, I've got a very basic view on these things, and it's to say I do the same thing with pretty much everything in my life. That if it's not a fuck yes or a hell yes, then it might as well be a no. Like if I'm working on a collaboration with somebody, I'm doing business with somebody, I don't want to twist anyone's arm at all with anything to do with me at all, because I want both their feet in with supreme levels of enthusiasm. Because that makes the best collaboration, whether it's sexually, whether it's socially, whether it's with business, whether it's any kind of collaboration, whether I'm doing music with somebody else, I'm doing a collaborative art piece. If you have that 100% enthusiasm, then you get the best results. You don't get the best results at least in my experience, if you're trying to twist someone's arm, either subtly or overtly. So even with my sales, if somebody is not like, "Yes, Justin, I need to work with you." If they're not like that, I don't bother. I don't try to use sales pitch techniques, get them into the right mind frame. No, fuck it. If you don't want it, you don't want it.
You got it, please.
I respectfully disagree with what you are saying, because I learned the game.
Well, I'm not saying that's how people should be. I'm saying that's the way I operate.
So this is how I learned. I understand the game, the pickup through religion, through geopolitics, through different things in life, what I have seen. So when I see, for example, let's take the example of USA. So when USA is having power over someone, then he can go direct style, like, this is how it works. You have to listen, otherwise we will, boom, boom. So like Iraq, Syria, and all these things. But when there is you need diplomacy, for example, like China,
Well,
for
hold on a
example.
second, because that's a little bit different.
Let me finish.
Well,
Let me
but you're
finish.
you're using a different analogy, though. It
So,
doesn't
okay,
place because hold on a second, because what you're saying is dictating my will on someone, right? That was your example when you said U.S. is in power. I'm going to dictate my will. I have the power. You're going to do what I say. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about offerings. When you say, hey, do you want to work with me? Do you want to date me? Do you want to fuck me? You're making an offering. When the US is in power, they're not saying to another country, do you want, it's not an offering. It's saying you are doing this thing or we're going to come fuck you up. So,
yeah,
so
but
it's not the same.
Yeah, but it is like the like we can change the wordings, but like at the end, like it is the girls are attracting if the guy is having the power, the authority, and the strength, emotional strength. So this is how I see. For example, if we see the example of how so if, for example, if US is dealing with China or some other country, so sometimes he deals with a proxy, so we say like indirect game. So if I go to, like, for example, if let's see, like, you are from where?
New York City.
From New York. So for example, even if let's see, like, I have to sell someone in New York. So when you go to that, when the guy come to you, it will be very easy for you to build trust, authority, because you are part of the same in group. You are like, maybe the guy is also from New York and like same American guy. So it will be very easy for you to build trust and all the stuff. So if I'm going, I have to sell myself as an Indian guy to New York. I have to put 4 to 5 times more effort, as well as showing the skills 4 to 5 times, maybe, like, I don't know how many times more skills, so that
I see what you're saying.
I
Yeah,
compensate.
perhaps
I'm compensating for.
So
So that's the game. That's the same concept we play in the game. For some guys, like, maybe what you are saying is also right, because for some specific kind of guys, your strategy works.
Well, it's not a strategy. It's just how I want to live my life. And I know lots of other men who are like this as well. Like, they don't want to do business with other men who are lukewarm about a particular project. They don't want to deal with. They're like, listen, either you're all in or you're not. I don't want to deal with someone who's like half-assed here. Same thing if I have a business like a store and I'm hiring employees. I want people who want to be there, not someone who's like, I'm gonna come in, put in my 8 hours, kind of like sort of do the job to get it like just enough, and then I'm going to go home. I don't want employees like that. I want employees who really want to be here, and that's every single person that's in my life. I don't want anyone in my life who's lukewarm. So does that mean I have interaction with fewer people? Absolutely. But I don't care about numbers. I don't want volume. I want quality. You know what I'm saying? And when you go with quality over volume, you're gonna have fewer things.
So, for example, like this is how I will explain in this way. So,
like just real quick,
you go to a guy.
If my clients are not like putting their effort in, I'll tell them to leave, because it's like, listen, you want to like shuffle your feet around. You don't want to fucking do the work. Just leave. I don't need your money that bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that makes sense. And it also, like, it is a bit kind of complicated in a way that because like, it is for in your situation, you are having that kind of for example, abundance, that you will still get some clients to work with.
Even if I have zero, I'm not going to bend my principle. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so for example, when I started the game in 2010, so in Europe, so I didn't have that kind of luxury that like, I just go, this is me, and like me or something like that. It never worked for me. So that's why I developed this kind of like, tight game, good game, and which require more time. So for example, maybe it can happen because of your whatever like situation, the guy or the girl see you and then they presume a value, okay, and then some girls or some guys will reject you, but you will still have some people with whom you can work. So that in my case, what I've seen, so if I'm not like my value comes when they see like they talk to me, for example, girls, when they talk to me 20-30 minutes. So if the girl is not sure about in the first 30 seconds, so I can make it to work in next 30 minutes. That's what I'm saying.
I get you. And like, I'm not saying like there's any right way. There is no right way. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole point, is that when men are learning themselves, they learn what their right way is, and because the whole, I think like the whole notion of like what's, I guess what I would characterize as good game, so to speak, is when you are able to operate authentically without fear. And when you're not trying to be someone that you're actually not. And so if like if I'm talking to a young lady, and I'm not going to spend 20-30 minutes, like that's
so this I will ridiculous. Explain. So
but if she doesn't respond positively within the first 5 minutes, like I don't care, like that's fine. It's like,
so okay, this is how this. So you said that very interesting point. You said very interesting point, like I'm not trying to be someone else, which makes sense. So how I will counter argue this argument, I will say this thing. For example, if I want to, I'm bad at sales, or if I have never played a guitar, or I have never learned swimming. So if I want to good in sales, I am going to a sales coaching institute or something. There I'm learning the tricks to have sales. So here I'm not trying to be someone else. I'm learning a skill. Or if I'm going for a swimming, then I'm not trying to. No, I'm learning a skill. So this is how I see game is about learning the skill. You are still who you are. What happens is when people say they're trying to be someone else, the problem is that the issue is that why it comes, because they are not yet congruent. When they are not yet congruent, then it looks like they're trying to be someone else. Once you become congruent, you become congruent and adapt a new behavior, then you will be that personality, and that will work. So for example,
like what I say, that congruence is a direct alignment between your thoughts, words, and actions. So a guy could be, and this is why I mean like authenticity or a lack of authenticity that I see in I've seen it in some of my clients. It gets quickly shut out and shut down, but I've seen it with POA people and students of that stuff, is that they learn the action, okay, they learn the words, but the thoughts are, I reject myself, I hate myself, I'm ugly, nobody cares about me, that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? And so they're not in alignment, or there's like really needy thoughts. Oh my gosh, I really want to fuck. I want to do this, blah, blah, blah. But then they learn certain lines to come out of their mouth, and their behavior or their image to kind of portray somebody else. But really inside, they're deeply insecure. They fucking hate themselves. They worry too much about what other people think, and so on and so on. And the problem is that there's this old phrase that goes, a fool who persists in his folly will become wise. So someone can do this for a long period of time, not solving the internal structure, and get actually good at it. And then they become basically fantastic drug dealers for themselves. And this is what I see with a lot. You guys mentioned like sex addicts and things like that. So this is why like someone who gets like a lot of girls is not necessarily the marker of a grounded, healed, complete, authentic man. You know what I'm saying? He's just learned skills to get a certain something. That doesn't mean he's a grounded man with 2 feet on the ground. You know what I'm saying?
But the skills also require a mindset. So what you're talking about, the guys who are having this issue,
that's what the congruence comes
that's what the problem with like what is happening here is that like the guys are learning the skills, the technical lines, but the mindset is not yet there. and that become incongruent, and that happens. I know this happens also to my students many times also, that they are not congruent, and the fear is there, and lot of issues are there. So definitely the game is a mix of I will say like more than 60%, 65% is still the mindset, and then the rest 40, 35, 40% is the technical game. So mindset play a big role. But if you are still, but the problem is that mindset require, the issue is the mindset require very long time. It is not that easy to build up the mindset within
because
7
the mindset,
days,
because
3
yeah,
days,
exactly.
5 days.
Exactly. So I know, like, I'm not going to mention her name, but she has a very, very successful business of bringing guys in for boot camps, and she just has a revolving door. So the guys come in, they'll do their thing, they'll have success on the boot camp, because surely, I mean, she's been at this for a very, very long time, very successful. And so surely, like, they'll do the things that they're told to do. They will have success in the sense that, like, you could have this guy who's a 34-year-old virgin and he's had sex 3 times that week. Okay, great. Then he goes home, he's feeling charged up, and within a few days, he goes back into who he was, okay? Because the who he is, the being part of it never changed. You know what I'm saying? Because that takes weeks, months, oftentimes years, because you're dealing with conditioning and programming from childhood shit to make you think about yourself in a certain way that caused you to be insecure, socially inept, an introvert, like all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like boot camps are great because you do get to learn like real-time skills, like whether they work well for you or not. You get that kind of like your feet wet and you're like, hey, this is what water feels like. And you're like, oh, okay, whether they can swim in it or not, like, okay, whatever. But they get that exposure of being like, okay, it's not that much of a boogeyman that I thought it was. But it's not going to solve the problem of why they're even coming to a pickup coach in the first place, because they have that internal state of saying something feels off inside me. I feel empty. I feel alone. I feel hurting. Let me figure out how to get girls so I can feel better about that. But that's not the central issue. The central issue is something deeply psychological that can take months or years to unravel.
Yeah, but like it can happen with like some students can lead these kind of issues, but normally what I've seen, if they able to start to meet the girl and able to date, able to have like intimacy with the girl, then and then they also learn how to keep the girl in life, then lot of the problem are solved. And I always say my students that like
no, that doesn't, because that's like saying
focus on relation.
That doesn't work, because that's like saying if I've got like what's like a foot problem, like a corn or an ingrown toenail or a planter's wart or something like that, like on my actual foot. And I say, well, if I just get new socks and shoes, then that's going to change the affliction that's happening in my body. It's not going to work. It'll certainly make things better, because you've got better socks, better shoes, inserts, and all that stuff. So the pain will be reduced, but it does not solve the inherent problem, which is deeply psychological. You don't solve an internal issue with external means. It doesn't work that way. And you can't solve, and you can't do the vice versa either. Like you have to go internal for internal, external for external. So if you have problems talking to girls, learn how to talk to more girls. If you have problems with insecurity, deal with those frameworks that are causing the insecurity. They're not interchangeable.
Yeah, so I do agree with that. Like there can be like some guys, it can happen that the technical game or the talking to girl will not help, because they are so insecure that first they need some kind of like what is the right word to say, like some like they need some kind of other type of like some other attention.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad. Like it's certainly helpful.
Yeah. But normally, like these kind of guys not come to me, because my work is a lot like very much based on the field. So they already prepare themselves mentally that they are ready to do approaches, and also like which is also like which is a tough part to teach. So lot of guys get already filtered when they have like very deep psychological issues, so like they may choose someone else most probably. But I have the guys who are on spectrum, for example. That is a very different thing. So I have the guys who have some kind of hardware issues, but like these, what you are saying, the deep psychological issues and like childhood trauma and all. So
but that's most dudes. Most dudes have issues with their fathers and mothers. Like, you know, I mean, you're familiar with nice guy syndrome and all that stuff and the frameworks that create it. Like, have you read anything by Dr. Robert Glover or anything like that? I know you said you're not a big reader, but
no.
If there's any book that I would recommend, I would definitely check out No More Mr. Nice Guy by Dr. Robert Glover. And I think this would give you a really great insight to a lot of your clients as to why they're doing some of the things they're doing.
Why not? Like, I'm always open to the, like, you know, but what I did was 2017, 18, 19, I was dealing with some guys who have this psychopathic traits, Asperger's, like, you know, spectrum. So it was very tough for me to deal with that guy. So I studied like 6 months very deep into these hardware
disorders.
issues, disorders, like literally like a I mean, it was YouTube, but doing like a PhD kind of stuff, like dealing. And then I was able to successfully handle these kind of guys, even psychopathic guys, able to work with these kind of guys, spectrum, the guys with spectrum.
Yeah, like Asperger's
exactly. So there's a very different, there's a different style of.
Yeah, the nice guy stuff I'm saying is not that. It's a conditioned affliction that happens in childhood, and after you read it and then start looking at a lot of the guys that you talk to, you'll find that it's pervasive. Like, I think that there's more guys that you care to imagine that are afflicted with nice guy syndrome based around creating a codependent relationship with the mother, which then extends into their adulthood. And they develop codependency. And if they come from a divorced family where the child was raised only by the mother, it increases tenfold the chances of this happening.
Yeah, I mean, like, I do have some, like, the guy, but I deal in a slightly different way. I give the examples of some, like, you know, religion examples to get out of this nice guy syndrome, which I cannot, unfortunately, I cannot discuss it on the live stream. So there are like very politically incorrect stuff. So
But you said we're using religious examples?
Religion kind of examples, using religion. So because I have learned game from everything, like geopolitics. I love geopolitics, religion. So I use these examples. I use the example like guys from particular religion. So trying to make them understand how the male female dynamics works, and this helps also a lot. But I mean, if maybe your strategy is very different, so that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah. I actually don't really have much strategy. You know, it's very, very simple and straightforward. It just has to do with only going with the things that feel absolutely right. Like, there was just the other day, like, I was going to an appointment in Manhattan. I was walking down the street, and I'm walking, and there's this French style cafe on this corner that's on the way to the subway. And I'm walking, and I turn and I just look in the window, because the whole front of it is just windows and has like a curved part because it's on a corner. And there's this young lady in there, and she looks like she was clipped out of the 1940s, like just like pasty, like white skin, big bright red lipstick. She had her shiny blonde hair in like big curls, not spirals, but big looping curls, like you would see on like those pinup girls, pinup illustrations from like the 1940s and 50s. Like, she looked like one of those. And I was just like, that is so like unusual, right? And as I was passing, I looked and she looked, and we like locked eyes as I was passing through, and I'm like, okay. And I just looped right back around, went in, grabbed myself a coffee, and talked to her. And it was just a very simple exchange. I said, hey, I made acknowledgement of what we just both experienced. And then I introduced myself. I said, listen, I've actually got to go to an appointment right now. Let me give you my number. I'd like to take you out sometime this week. And that was it. And I just left. Okay. And so that's what that is, because I don't have time to sit there and chat it up. Even if I wasn't going to an appointment, I still wouldn't. right? Because it's just not worth my time.
This is very interesting.
But I knew that like right then there was like high level of interest on both of our parts. It wasn't me being like lukewarm, be like, she's kind of cute. I was like, wow, she's very interesting looking, you know? And she, I guess, felt the same. And so we had like just a quick back and forth. We shared numbers, and then we went along, and like that was it.
Yeah, that is also that's interesting what you are saying, and
I'm not saying everyone should do that. That's just how.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm not being prescriptive about this.
So what I explain the game like in a way that when you do like street selling in maybe you see the street sellers on the New York or like anywhere, so even in Europe, so what they do is they close the deal right on the spot. Kind of my mentality. So this is something I learned like 12 years ago, that we have to close the deal right on the spot like a street seller, so that we have chance to meet the girl again, or like something solid, something happen. So that's the strategy I have developed and I teach, and that strategy worked for me. So that closing the deal right on the spot, as we go near to the if we have time, if I'm very in a hurry, if I don't have logistic like time, then I will do the same strategy what you are doing. But if I have time, and if I have like a one girl who is hooked, then I will just focus on the one girl, that girl till the very end. Instead of that time I will approach 10 15 girls. I will just focus on one girl and go to the like try to close that deal. If I don't have time, then maybe I will take the number like what you say, and then okay, that's how it is. So that's what I teach the students also. If they come for me, like for example 6 hours of training, so if they approach the girl, then I will say you have to stick to the girl till the last, like till we try to close the girl, so that you learn the complete game, like 1 2 3 hours of interaction, rather than having short 50 interaction in 60 days, 50 interaction in 6 hours with 2 minutes of small interaction. There they will not able to learn. So I focus in my training a very long interaction, like they survive the interaction as long as possible, and then they learn as much like the game and like this female to female interaction as in a quick amount of time. So for example, this infield what we are showing, the student could have taken the number of the girl because she is waiting for the date. He could have taken the number of the girl within 2 minutes, and then she will meet this date. And what will happen, that student has not yet learned the game, and maybe the girl will not meet him. So I said, like, let push it to the very end, and maybe we will able to succeed. There is no guarantee, but so that's how what I do in my strategies.
All right, let me just jump through some comments quickly, and then we'll keep looking at Infield stuff.
Ice is eating that lay.
Ice is eating that lay. Your only move. Yes, I'm that good. That's how it is. Justin is thinking more game.
Justin is thinking nothing wrong with that, but game is about skills and strategy, and that's what Deepak is trying to know. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm like, I'm not like disrespecting, like thinking, oh, this coach is bad or something like that. But of course, like some strategy can work for him and his student, and that's fine. So that's completely okay. But sometimes some dating coaches, they try to show their supremacy. That's where I get like problem.
Well, and to be fair, I'm not a dating coach. Like I stopped being a dating coach a long time ago.
I'm talking about some other guy. I'm not like
Oh
like,
yeah, just in general. Yeah.
So there's some other.
I actually don't really like teach this stuff, like just because to me it's very simple, right? Like make yourself presentable, introduce yourself to the woman, give her your information, and leave. Like. And that's just my idea. Like, if she is attracted to you, she's attracted to you. If she's not, let her not be attracted to you. Like, you don't have to convince someone to be attracted to you. You know,
is it fair to say you pretty much teach relationships if we're super categorical about it?
Yeah. Like mostly, I teach mostly how to deal with, I guess, what you would say the game involved in relationships and specifically power dynamics, because that's what relationships end up being, which is just power dynamics. Even in
Exactly.
pickup, like it's about power dynamics. It's all about the shifting.
Exactly.
The shifting weights of power, you know, and
Exactly.
I like who was it? Was it the owner of the Mavericks, or maybe Trump said it? But they said the person who can leave the deal without even thinking twice has the power.
Oh, is that Mark Cuban?
Mark Cuban, yeah, maybe Mark Cuban said that. But it's like the person who can walk away from the deal has the most power. I have no problem walking away from any woman, even my girl right now. A fiance of mine, I can drop her like that today.
Yeah,
But yeah, one thing I will say here, you are right in one way. You're right, but before you have the power to leave, you have to make it sure that in other person's eyes she has enough value about you. If the value is not there and you leave, then she will not.
No, I think what you're trying to say is like that she has to have desire. I don't care.
Exactly.
I don't care what's happening on her end. You know, like, I don't have power because she doesn't like me enough. No, fuck that. Because that means my power is contingent on that. No, it's not contingent on anything. If I want to drop something, I fucking drop it. It doesn't matter whether they're bought in 100% or no percent or somewhere percent in between. It doesn't matter to me. Like if I don't want it, it's not happening. You know what I'm saying?
It is in one way you are also right. In one way you are also right. But I see it in a way that the power dynamics. This I can walk away from the table because, but the other person wants something I have. Then this power dynamics works really good.
Look at it this way. You know the I think it's been attributed to the Vikings, right? The idea of burning your ships. Okay. I have no problem setting my ships completely ablaze. Like that's not contingent on something. That's the mentality. It's not around like the business deal. Because
hang on. Let me put some historical context here. The phrase "burn the boats" originates from historical accounts, most famously attributed to Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés, who coincidentally is the cousin of the guy who found Peru for Spain. Francisco Pizarro, in 1519, when he landed in Mexico, ordering his ships destroyed to commit his forces to conquering the Aztec Empire, leaving no retreat.
Well, I stand corrected, but and I'm grateful for that that set of proper information. But that's just that basically more accurately describes my mentality. Like I have no problem burning everything to the ground. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like because there's nothing that I want. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that I need. Right? I'm making an offering. If you don't want it, don't care. It gets set to fire. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like that. Definitely, like what you are saying is also correct. And in some situations, definitely in relationship, this works really, really good. And I do agree with that part. But sometimes when we are like. But in the start, when we are like gaming, when we are picking up girls, when the value is not yet established in her eyes, then it's better to first establish the value, and then you can play that kind of dynamics. That's what I want to say. But he is also right what he's saying. Deepak got smoke with what is this? German people are very direct. They tell you what they think. Yeah, if anybody wants to learn game in Germany, then I'm here. The best place in Germany to game is North. They are quite promiscuous and big time swing. Yeah, but I will say South Germany is more friendly. South Bavaria, Bayern, we say is more friendly, and Berlin is North Germany is also rough. It's rough. You can get harsh rejection. So if somebody is planning to come to Germany, like Berlin is definitely very promiscuous. Like definitely they have very hardcore clubs there. But if you want to have like a slightly easy life, peaceful, then South Germany is really good.
The hotter women don't actually have that many options. You would be surprised how many men are afraid to approach those women because they make assumptions about her.
Yeah, I mean, we can say that, but it is we cannot be 100% sure. We cannot say that this what you're saying is 100% correct, because they must be having Instagram, so we don't know what is going on her Instagram. So except if it is only based on a network, you can never. Yeah, that's why you have to be slightly diplomatic with, if you are married and have kids, then what you can do is you have to learn the skills to get your girl stay in line. Again, this can be slightly politically incorrect. We cannot speak about that in the like openly, but you have to have the ability to get your girl in the line, because sometimes
You're a captain.
walking away is not always the option. You have to give her the chance that maybe she will get on the line. If nothing is happening, then yeah.
No, I don't invest in the relationship. I invest in me. I invest in the structure of the relationship, but
But
she
if you want,
invests in me.
if you have kids, if you are married and kids, then you have to be diplomatic. You cannot just walk away. That's what this guy is saying.
Oh, right. And well, you can. But the thing is that before you even create these sort of things, that it's
You
advisable
vet.
to have a structure in which the your wife is not being out of hand. That she's obedient. She's pleasantly obedient. She loves serving. She's in a place of gratitude. Basically, that's her state. Then you really don't have any reason to walk away. But I'm talking about just the initial sort of interactions or even dating. There shouldn't
Exactly.
really ever be any kind of reason for you to stay. Like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. It's like, who cares? Like, that's kind of worthless.
Exactly.
We got a comment here from a Dominance Academy. You're in games. You're right here. That's you.
Yeah, I am.
I was as well. Did concept
concept
art
art.
for pre-production. Oh, interesting.
Yep. So I did like some environments and characters and stuff like that, like the paintings. Using Photoshop to like make paintings of characters and environments and stuff, and then that would be kind of edited and then sent off to the 3D modeling team and then to the animation team and that sort of thing.
Very interesting. Yeah,
But the pressure is just way too great. So I was like, all right, I'm done with this.
It's a crazy fucking industry. Like, even back in the 2000s, it was already $1 billion industry, just video games alone. Now I'm living under a rock, so I don't even have a fucking PS5 at the moment. Come next year, I probably will get one because of GT6 and shit. But I started out in the 2000s making mini games and then more open world games over time, and lots of programming. And I stopped studying programming at college level because by then, every 2 years, whatever you learn in programming just gets thrown out the window, and there's new stuff all the time. And that was a statistic more than 10 years ago. So imagine how it is now. And on top of that, by then, I already had lots of programmers doing it for me for free anyway. So this was years before AI. This was over 10 years ago when, like, this particular moment I'm pinpointing. So I stopped doing the programming shit, and I focused more on like the 3D level stuff. I got a crazy memory. I got I call it map memory or 3D memory. I can remember places. I can, like, you ever seen that movie Doctor Sleep? And the woman just like, she's floating above the earth, and then she floats down to the planet, and she's like looking down. That's kind of like how my memory is with like remembering locations. I could go to a mall in my mind and visualize like every fucking corner, where everything is. I got map memory. It's crazy.
Oh, that's cool.
But anyway, that's a fun little conversation there. And Deepak, you claim you have an in-ear coaching method while in the field. Can you break down? Is that uncomfortable? While working with students?
Yeah, I mean, like this is definitely like these kind of results. I have I get it is only because of in-ear coaching, because you are just like listening and giving immediate on the live feedback what has you has to have to say to the girl, or teaching him the mindset right on the spot, like this is what you have to do. So this is definitely I mean, definitely now in like I have like better equipment, so it is still, but the concept is still the same. It works fine with the student. And now you can also have this AirPod and connected with Bluetooth. That can also work, so it is comfortable. This is not at all issue. The girl will never say that. Girl sometimes say like, what you are listening, are you talking to me or you're listening to something? So we say like, I am like, I have very high responsible job, and sometime I get this urgent call, so I have to immediately like give my team the guidance. So that's why I'm like always online, so I can work and I can flirt at the same time. So the girl don't really dig too deep in this thing. She's fine.
Deepak.
Mhm. Yeah, it's funny. I was looking at this guy's comment, the yes sir 98971, and certainly like there's, I absolutely could be
Uh-huh.
talking from a place of ignorance and privilege, but you were mentioning like flirting, and I know guys use flirting in the sense of trying to increase attraction, interest, like emotional percolating, that sort of thing. And it certainly does that. But to me, that is work, right? And that is me giving away a developed skill or ability of mine for free, right? And so, like in my world, I don't give away that. Well, I don't produce emotional stimulation for a girl who has not earned it. So, and just by existing, just by being pretty, does not count. Like that doesn't count as earning it, right? So for me to get in her emotions and start working my Jedi magic, I'm not doing that for somebody who I've just met. Like that's like giving away free money. Like I don't do it. But I understand
So
why other guys do. I'm not saying that what I'm doing is correct and what other guys doing is incorrect. Not at all. I'm just saying this is my type of thinking. This is how I go about stuff. It's not prescriptive.
so this how I will explain this thing in this way, that when the girl is having the maximum emotional, like this connection with that guy, is like that she wants that guy. That happens when she has slept with that guy. Then this kind of emotions like in her comes, that she is really attracted to that guy. So what you are saying is correct, but these things, the mindset in what the mindset I use is that if we able to get the sex out of table, if we have the sex with the girl, then if she is, then that's the maximum I can do, and now she will find me attractive. If then I can also like change the dynamics, that this is I have my power, my authority. And if she is still not into me, then okay, then let her go. But this is how I say that, okay, like getting the number, she is not yet emotionally invested, so maybe that power dynamics will not work. So I have to sleep with the girl, and now we are sure that sex is out of the table. Now I have nothing to hide, she has nothing to hide. She likes me. If even if now she don't like me, then okay, she can go. But if but after sex, that the maximum attraction happen actually. So
Not for me.
sex is actually sex is actually like what we say about building attraction. So sex is, in one way, sex is also an act of building attraction where the girl is reaching to that maximum attraction level for that guy. So once you build that kind of attraction after sex, then the girl is complete into you. So when you approach the girl, then of course the approach will build some attraction. Imagine you take the girl number, that act is also building some attraction. You go for a date, instant date, that can build attraction. Hold her hand, you kiss the girl, that will also build attraction. You are amplifying it. But when the sex happens, that's the maximum attraction amplification. And then after that, like, the things happen. And then you can always play this power dynamics. This is
Yeah, see,
how
like
I see
I
it.
don't I look at it in a way that like I don't give away my dick for free at all. Like she doesn't get it unless she's earned it. And this can take weeks, this can take months. I do not give it away quickly or easily. Because I know that that's my most power not my most powerful, that's like within the set of my powerful gifts, right? Because I
Yeah,
do
but
know that once I do give her this, it does create what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? It does increase that
yeah.
it amplifies things greatly. So I'm not going to do that to a girl who has not proven herself worthy of it. You know what I'm saying?
So
Like, so
yeah,
just hold on a second, Deepak.
yeah.
So like I said, like everything of mine is quality. Everything of mine does not give it away for free. The only thing I give away for free is my curiosity. Then everything else beyond that is an assessment to see if she's good enough for my time, my attention, my dick, my resources, my emotional spiking, all of that stuff. So I do have like a short criteria for that. It's just 5 things. And if she passes that criteria of quality, then that's when I can start getting in her head. And when I can see that I can walk into her mind and then start engaging her emotions and her psychology, and I notice that she's more and more and more open to my direction and my influence, I don't even need to touch her. Right? Like at this point, my girls, they can come on command. I don't even need to touch them at this point. I talk to them for like a couple minutes, and I can tell them, come now, and they will have an orgasm, like a full body orgasm. I don't have to touch them at all. So them getting that sort of influence from me is because I know so much of like what goes on inside the psychology and emotions of women, and being able to just pull the levers how I want. That produces a tremendous effect for them. It can be healing for them. It can be transformative for them. It can be so much for them. Okay, they become grounded. They become focused. They become contained. Their emotions calm down. Their mind settles down. They become settled. And it's like, I'm not going to offer that to just anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to see your devotion before I even touch you. You know what I'm saying? Because when I do touch you, it's going to change your life forever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? So I don't waste that on peasants. You know what I'm saying? Even if they're good looking peasants, right? Like, okay, cool. You won the genetic lottery, or you had enough money to get surgery. Cool. Right? I can appreciate beauty. I love that for you. But that doesn't qualify you. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't qualify you for me. And that's and so that's kind of like, I know that mentality will not produce a lot of numbers for guys. It will not increase your range of experience. It won't at all. But it will increase the quality of the experience by having stringent like categories and qualifications, standards, you know? And so like, and because that's the sort of thing that you need to carry with you into relationships, because that structure, that like firm, organized structure with like knowledge and being able to progress, like to lead someone through progression, kind of like a good teacher at a university will take you from, 101 and then bring you all the way through and make you a very competent student, such to the point where they could even teach themselves. You know what I'm saying? They could become a teacher because you progress them so much. You need a solid structure, just like a university has a solid structure, and because they want to produce the very best. And so I'm saying, it's like, I know I have that effect, that I'm not going to just waste it on girls just because I want to get my dick wet. Like, what have they done for me to enhance their lives in such a way.
I
Again, that's not prescriptive. That's how I live. That's how I teach my guys.
That's also like understandable what you are saying, but some guys will not have that kind of perceived value right on the, like, when they speak to the girl, and if they follow that kind of strategy, then they will not able to get any result. So
which is why my guys, they work with me on that psychological crud that they've been carrying around with them since childhood. We work on that for months. They still talk to girls. They still do the thing, because I'm saying, like, don't put yourself in a closet until we sort yourself out. Definitely not. Continue going out there, scuff your knees, get the reps in. Get some calluses on your social persona. You know what I mean? So you're not so scared of it. Absolutely. But most of the work is done sorting yourself out, so that then they can kind of meet, and then they can kind of converge. And now those calluses are fine. You're comfortable because you've just received so many rejections. You've talked to so many people, and now you're just comfortable talking to people. It's like not a thing. But now you've caught up your internal world, and you're no longer hating yourself. You're no longer rejecting yourself. You're no longer using this to make up for this. You know what I'm saying? And they can come together and be like, okay, now I'm solid, I'm grounded, and I'm much more flexible because I'm not dependent on how I'm received. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, like maybe like for some group of people, it definitely can work what you are doing, and if you are getting the clients and it is working for them, then definitely it is like for some group of people it is working. So I do agree, like yeah, that can work. Like for example, when I was in Vegas, so if one time I was in Vegas and we were doing some game. And if I notice, like, if I'm not doing any kind of game and the girl is what kind of girl find me interested, if I'm not playing anything, just who I am, then it was not really that attractive. These girls were not very attractive, and I will pass. So definitely for some kind of guys, your strategy can work for sure, but not for
Well, I don't see it as like a strategy, you know what I mean? Because that's like something
like
outside that you're applying. It's really realigning your internal world so that you're congruent, so that your thoughts, words, and actions are not only aligned, but they're coming from a place that is grounded and healed, right? So that you're no longer looking to women to accept you. You're no longer looking to women to validate you. You're no longer using them as a measuring stick for your value, saying, oh, this girl is really hot and she is attracted to me, so therefore that must mean I'm a great guy. You know what I'm saying? It's like that.
Okay, but like this is what I also teach, that we are, but in a way that we are like not to validate or something. All the things are correct what you're saying. So, but our goal is also that if we are talking to the girl, then again this geopolitical strategy, that if I have given a task that we have to make deal with this country, then I have to do it at any cost, because win is most important thing, and that's why I am getting paid as a foreign minister.
What if that other country knows that what if the other country picks up on that you have this mindset of at any cost? That then gives them leverage over you, because they're like, huh, he's willing to do anything, so I'm going to see what I can make that other country do, to see how far I can make them do ridiculous shit or grovel or bend on this contract or whatever, and just to see what I can get out of them.
So what I'm saying here is that, of course, if the country, like, there's a limit, like what I'm saying is there is a limit to the game, limit to like if the girl is not at all interested, no matter what we do, she is completely then any strategy what we do will not work. Simple. But sometimes, again, we talked about earlier, like overt rejections. So sometimes the girl is not yet sure, she's a maybe, she's not yet sure. In that situation, if we play the game slightly, like more technical game we play, then we can still get the girl. And again, get the girl means if we able to sleep with the girl, then we reach the maximum attraction threshold, maximum attraction.
Right. And
then we can
is,
also.
I'm not getting the girl. I'm allowing her to get me.
Yeah.
See, it's a different, it's like I'm already starting the moment I wake up, the moment I step out my door, I'm assuming a position of authority. I'm not saying what can I get? It's what am I allowing her to get?
Yeah, I mean, like if it is working for your personality type, your situation, that's fine. But
because
in the
whenever
old
you're
days,
whenever you're in the position of wanting to get something, whoever has that thing is automatically in a position of authority over you, regardless of whether you get the thing that you're after.
that's how we are tricking it. We are not making it sure that she has the power. We are still playing the game, but we are not giving. If the girl knows that she has power over us, for example, then it is not going to work very well. So that's why I avoid teaching,
so if you want
telling my
sex,
students. Like the process, the mating process is different. It's of course like we are coming from the authority, but even if we are giving, let's go technical. So even if I'm saying like, we don't say like you are cute, so we always give a mixed signal. We never say like, we never give complete like compliment like on the face, like you're beautiful, you have nice eyes or something. We always mix. So I'm talking about technical thing, but sometimes we give a very shocking compliment that she is shocked what that guy has said. So the main idea is that during our conversation, we are emotionally stimulating to different technical strategies and moving things forward, and doing our best. If it leads to like sleeping with her, that's good. And sometimes it can happen that we did every strategy and it still didn't work out, but at least the student is learning the strategy, and we will do the same strategies with other girl. Maybe she is slightly more receptive and it can work out with that girl. But if he learned this kind of strategies, then that is like more that's what I have seen.
All I'm saying is that like if you have a bag of food and I'm hungry and I want your food, regardless of whether you have power over me, the structure itself is such that you have power over me based on my desire. Whether you know it or not is irrelevant.
You want those layers, don't you? Just
but you said you have the bag. I have the bag of food. What you said?
Let's say like you've got a bag of food and like
I have the bag.
You've got a bag of food and I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I want some food. And I come across you and I'm like, ooh, he has some food. Let me see if I can get his food. Right. And I exert whatever sort of like verbal tactics of my own to convince you to give me that food. Okay. Now I've gotten that food. So within that short exchange, right, within that small, like in the parentheses, I've won. Okay. Because I've gotten your food. Okay. But even before the interaction started, you were put in a position of authority because you had something I desired. And whoever holds the thing of desire is always in a position of power. Whether they know it or not, if they know it, it becomes even worse. Because
yes
then they
and
can
no.
manipulate you, right?
Yes,
but
and
just
yes.
by being in a position of desire, your desire itself puts you in a submissive position. That's the nature of desire itself.
So yes and no in such a way that we are.
But you would know this because of your.
I do understand what you're saying.
Hinduism and
but,
Buddhism.
Yeah, but the girls do not see in that way.
It doesn't matter what they see. I'm saying that's the structure
the girls'
of
attraction.
Right, Deepak, I'm not saying it.
Yeah, but we are
regardless of what they understand is irrelevant. The structure itself is it starts with the desire of it. So you in the place of wanting puts you in a submissive position, whether you get what you want or not.
I will not say like it is like if US is wanting something, some deal from a country, it is not that the USA is submissive. You understand? So it is not like it is submissive. Maybe he has to use some diplomatic strategies to make the deal happen, but it is not submissive. For example, let's see that.
Listen, the state of wanting is a submissive position. The state of not wanting is state of dominant
let's
position.
take more like slightly controversial, but still it is okay. Like this example of a religion. So if Islam is not, for example, spreading in a country where like maybe 1% or 2%, so they has to slightly live according to the rule of the country, because they are very less in numbers and they cannot show their authority. So it is not that now Islam is submissive, but it is in the textbook, it is written that when you are very less, 1%, 0.5% or something, then you have to follow according to the rule of the land you are living. So now they are not submissive. They have adopted their strategy according to the strength and according to the power they have. But if they are like complete Saudi Arabia or like Dubai, so they have the complete Islamic rules. So they set their rules according to their according to their what we say religion. So that's the same thing with the girl. Is the same thing. You have to understand that when you, it is not like, oh, Islam is submissive or Islam is authoritative. No, we change the strategy according to the situation, but inside ourselves we have the same value. Inside me, I'm the same strong value I have for me, but I have to change the strategy according to the situation to get the best result. USA, what USA they think about themselves.
The analogy doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. It fits. So if you and I are in a business deal, you know what I'm saying? You and I are in a business deal. Okay, you're working on a project that I would really like to be a part of. Okay, who has the power here? It's really simple.
I have the project. If I have the project and you want to work, so I have the power.
Say you're like a developer of something. You're building a skyscraper. You're a developer, okay? And I'm like, say I'm a construction worker. I've got my own private construction work business. I want to get in on that because if I sign a deal with you, it's gonna be a massive payout for me. Who has power in this situation?
I have the power. Yeah,
exactly,
of course I have
because
the power.
I have what you want. Okay. Now, whether you know this or not, let's say you're a numbskull. Let's say let's say you're raised by like a rich father. You have no idea of the psychology of business and the intricacies of what things are working. You're just like, yeah, my daddy gave me this thing. Like all I got to do is just kind of like sign some papers. Like you have no idea of the power differentials that are there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The structure.
Let me correct it.
If a third person, like ICE, if ICE were to kind of look at that and go. And then he was asked, hey, ICE, who has power in this situation, the numbskull project developer or the construction worker? He would say the numbskull project developer, because the structure itself is dependent on the desire. So when you have the desire, you are in a submissive position in the situation. It doesn't necessarily mean you are a submissive. That's not, it doesn't alter your identity.
I do understand.
In the context of the situation, you are submissive to what you desire.
So let's see, like if I'm the only guy with whom you can sell your work, so that's why you have to make the deal happen only with, there is no other like who is making the building, there you can sell your construction like work in the city. So you have to make it sure that how you sell it to me.
Well, there could be
so there will be some kind of guy.
Yeah,
there is no other. So you have to sell it to me. Then you have to learn the skills. Yeah. There is no other. So that's why you have to have the skills to sell it to me.
Right.
So, for example, Iraq or Sudan,
that would help, but it doesn't change the structure of it. You have something that I want.
So you can say like if US is going to some other country, then it is
like
submissive.
Can you not make with the analogies? Look, it's really
you're also
simple
making
math.
that.
No, but I'm saying it's very simple math.
I do understand.
The desired thing has power over the one who desires it. So if you want sex, the woman has power over you. It's just really simple math. There's whether you use strategies to get it, whether you have the skills to get it, it doesn't matter. They have power, and that's what happens.
I do understand what you're
regardless
saying.
of whether you get the girl, you get 10,000 girls. Look at like John Anthony with his 2,000 lay count. He is submissive to pussy. so much that he has such a high lay count. Pussy rules him. I am not ruled by a little wet hole the size of a quarter.
Let's like do not discuss about that because he has like personality disorders and all, like that's like a long, so he's not the right example. But I do understand. I do agree with what you're saying. I do agree. I do understand what you're saying, and I do agree. But then the whole pickup scene, anybody who is going to approach a girl, of course the girl is having that like power of pussy. I do agree, and that is valid for every situation. That's
right,
okay.
which is why I said in the beginning, I'm not coming her to see if I can fuck her. I'm coming to her to see if she's good enough for me to offer anything that I have, whether it's my mind, my words, my dick, my resources, my time, everything. I'm assessing her to see if she's good enough to present anything whatsoever. Okay, she could be sitting there with her legs spread open saying, please God, Justin, if there's one thing I can do left in my life, please fuck me. I'll say, why? Well, you have not proven yourself worthy of that. What's the fucking point? You know what I'm saying? Like there's no value there. There's zero value. And as long as guys have a very high value of pussy and a very high value of female beauty, you will always be at the mercy of those things. They will
no, I do not agree with that.
To the market instead of the market reacting to them.
It depends. Like for your strategy to work, definitely you need to have also like I don't know like what kind of I do not want to like go personal what kind of girls you're meeting or something, but definitely you like if this strategy has to work, then you have to have a good SMV level.
Well, strategies are for outcomes, right? So
looks level.
I think it determines on what your outcome, what outcome you're trying to produce. Okay, so I'm not trying to produce sex. I'm looking for compliance, and I'm looking for deeper levels of compliance and deeper levels of compliance and deeper levels of compliance. Like I want, like so like if I was an invader to a land, okay, I don't want to just come in and like take their goods, you know what I'm like their food reserves and so on. I want to destroy and take everything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking for compliance, because once I have compliance, the deeper and deeper and deeper levels of compliance, down to the compliance of her soul, I get everything. You know what I'm saying? And not because I want it, because I'm trying to achieve it. She will just offer it. She'll say, please, here, take my will, take my sex, take my minds, take everything. It's yours.
I mean that strategy can work if the funnel is very big, that you are having like a lot of girls who are coming in the funnel. Then definitely you can filter out that kind of girl. But sometimes in my situation, from the very start, the funnel was not that big, so I need to focus on one girl till the very end. So your strategy works, that's fine, and my strategy works because of what like the situation I am in.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what I'm saying.
And it's good like for guys who have not, because I've had my time of like just like fucking random girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I found that the satisfaction gets less and less the more you do it. I find that's what it was with me. Like I just found it less appealing. I'm like, what the fucking, like, what's the point? Like it doesn't offer real satisfaction. And once I started going deeper into the minds and the hearts, and they're like offering their entire self to me, and that was like, that's really interesting. Like fuck, like what's between the legs, that'll just come naturally. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really concerned about getting it because I know that it will come. You know, I'm not concerned. So I started looking at that sort of thing and saying, okay, I'd rather go deep rather than wide, right? So yes, I don't have 12 girls in a harem right now. Like that would just be too hard to manage with how I work. You know what I'm saying? There's 3, and that's enough. But they're like literally like their spirit is like on their knees saying every morning, how can I serve you today? Like that's much more appealing to me, much more satisfying than meeting random new girls and just fucking, But I understand, like for a guy who's like never touched a girl before, or who has never, has like never gone on a date, never flirted with a girl, never like touched a boob, like I get it. Like you should have that physical experience, but understand like it's not going to
Exactly.
really be ultimately satisfying. It's not going to change you as a man. It's not going to enrich your life. You know, it will be very surface level. You know what I'm saying? Like changing
Yeah,
jobs
makes
or like
sense.
switching out a new car. Like you're it's going to be satisfying, but not very deeply. It's not going to make your anxiety go away. You know what I'm saying? You just be like, like cool, like there's new chicks around, and that's what kind of like what happened to Dan Bilzerian. I mean, it took him a long time, but like he kind of came around full circle, and he was like, damn, I had lived this crazy life. I've fucked tons of girls. They were all super super hot, and he's like, now I just kind of want to like have like a meaningful relationship. And I'd say more guys want a meaningful relationship than want to be out here as indefinite players. Would you
I'm
agree
gonna
with
send
that?
him a message right now.
I mean, like, so I will say like with the age, the age hormone changes, and I don't know the story of Dan Bilzerian, so I do understand like with the age he's able to realize that what is your age? If I can ask, what is your age?
I'm 48. I just turned 48 back in
Justin?
July.
40, you're 48. I'm 47. So with the age, these like the desire like changes, like more like you are more wise, and I'm also different.
Well, but
And
this
10
happened
years
back
ago
in
it
my
was way
30s.
different.
This shift in me
Okay,
happened in my 30s. You know,
maybe you started your
but
journey
that's
way earlier than me. I started with 31 actually. So till 31, I was not even like having like nothing.
I started
So
fucking
maybe
chicks when I was 16.
so 60. So you
Yeah,
see like
so like a lot
double
of time under my
the
belt, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
where you
So
so it's like you're given a
so
Ferrari. Like the first couple weeks, you're gonna be like, I fucking love this, but
yeah.
after a couple of
So
years, it's gonna be like your regular car. You're not gonna give a shit
exactly,
anymore.
plus the
But
age
like
factor plays a role.
if you start like a video game on sandbox mode or god mode, like it's really fucking fun for a few hours. But
Yeah.
if you like start from zero, you'll play it like a lot more. And like by the time you get to fucking sandbox mode, you're like, I got everything here now. Doesn't matter anymore.
You know, I like what Juliana said here. She said the confidence, being able to read the
She
guy within a couple of minutes. We want men who can lead us to follow you, and that's why I
just
said the initial thing that I'm
she's
looking
going to
for
recognize your confidence immediately if
is compliance, right? Well, there's sexual interest, enthusiasm, curiosity, open-mindedness, and coachability. Those are my 5 things.
so
And so if she
this is
displays these 5 things, then like all at once, because they're all necessary, then I will continue moving forward. Right. But if one piece is missing, then I'm like, all right, not worth my time.
I do not agree with this statement. Like she is, this is like standard statement she has said. Like it takes only minutes for her to know if she's she is interested. It is debatable. This statement is debatable. Sometimes the girls don't know. Like sometimes the interest comes after 20 minutes, 30 minutes. When she see the real value,
I think
sometimes she's
like
completely closed off, and she's not yet open to the like this kind of like direct like approach or something. And you start very slowly, and she open up, and then you can inject like what we say like game and I will like flirtish or technical things. And then it can happen that she is interested after 10 minutes, or maybe after like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or maybe after 20 minutes. And I have seen it like this. I have got the girl who rejected me.
If that's fine for guys, like,
I have
using that
got
kind of
the
time,
I
I
have
don't
got the girl.
change my strategies. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't suit the buyer. You know what I'm saying? Like I have it the way I have it. You know, and maybe it is due to my age. Like I'm of
So
the
it
age
is
of like
so
yelling at kids for being
to
on my
counter
lawn.
this statement. So I got the girl who is rejected me, and then I got the girl. So how it happened? So like she decided on the first minute that that she will come in my life, but then she decided also that she will reject me. It doesn't make any sense. So I have literally have cases even in my infields also. The girls are not interested. I've still got the girl. So and some infields are like 3 hours long, 4 hours long. So so that's why this is very debatable. That it's like a standard statement, and I'm not agree with that thing. But yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I like what King Black Canarsie said here, but most genuine interest is almost immediate. And so like, kind of like paraphrase Lucario here, he believes that there are three levels of interest: low interest, medium interest, and high interest. And he and I both share the same sentiment in that we're only interested in high interest girls. And when there is a very high interest, they show it. Even if they're a shy type, you can like read it on them. You can feel it, like your instinct, you can like feel it off of them. It's almost palpable. And so I'm not saying guys shouldn't go for medium interest girls or low interest girls. Like, do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to deal with lukewarm anything. Like, I want that water to be searing hot, And if it's not searing hot, I can't cook with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my mentality. Like, I want to cook. I don't want to like bring you up to a boil. I want you boiling. And yeah, that's not as common. That's just how it works. But I don't want to like short-change my cooking experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to fucking cook. Like I said, I want to come in and I want to own the whole fucking thing. Not just get like one piece of it, And that comes
makes
through
sense.
very high interest.
If she's having high interest, yeah, definitely that makes sense.
Yeah, high interest girls can be low quality. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I would take. I don't use numbers, but for those that can understand, I would take a extremely obedient 6 over a disobedient 10.
This is like very interesting statement. Manipulating us to in bed is never. I do not agree with that because going in bed is a path to build emotional connection. Actually, when you are in bed with a girl, that will also build an emotional connection, more attraction. So it works.
Yeah, I prefer being able to utilize the mind to create that same level, if not more, without even touching her.
Genuine interest is
if you can get like compliance, obedience, submission, and emotional investment without even touching her, you know what the fuck you're doing.
Genuine, yeah. I mean, like, again, it is also like from the experience, if you are meeting a high interest girl, what you also said, like Locario, like if the high interest girl is there, so almost immediate, but sometimes you want a high quality, then there can be a situation that the girl has not showing the genuine interest in the start. But if you spend good amount of time, have a good game, then you can still able to build that genuine interest after spending few minutes with her, if it is not coming in immediate.
Well, but if you have to do something, is that genuine? Like, so are you suggesting that she's hiding her genuine feelings or her genuine interest, rather? She's withholding.
No, she has not seen the value. See it in this way, that she has not seen your value. I will say, like, it is like how you train your, like, the mindset is she has not seen you have the value in you, but she has not seen the value in you. So she has to experience the value you have, and then she will show the genuine interest. So we are not here to perform and act. We will spend time and she will see my value, and then she can decide. Because in 30 seconds, 1 minute, I am not having that kind of face value that she will generate genuine interest. Or the girl who is giving me genuine interest, I don't want to sleep with her. Simple as that. Make sense?
Yeah. So you're saying, like, the girls that have been, I mean, so far anyways, that the girls so far that have had genuine interest, you're saying none of them have been very attractive?
Can you? I was reading
like the ones that have had immediate genuine interest. You're saying that they have not been very attractive.
It can happen. Yes, it can happen.
No, I'm asking. Not can happen. I'm asking you of your past. Like, is that what you're saying? Are you saying that the ones that have had genuine, strong interest in you, they've not been very high on, like, the attraction, the physical attraction?
The girl I want to have in my life, normally
you're
they didn't
projecting into
show
the future.
that.
I'm asking you of your past, okay? Like, recorded history.
The girl I had also.
Girls,
I'm saying, the girl, like, I had.
Have there been girls that had genuine interest in you, like strong, immediate, genuine interest?
Those
girls, were they not very attractive? Is that why You didn't go.
It happened. So I had like the girls I had in my life. Majority of these girls didn't show that genuine interest. So some
No, but I'm
girls
saying
I
like
literally
you
had
did. But
to
I'm saying,
fight.
were there ones that did?
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
But of
There were
those,
some.
you're saying they were not as attractive
Maybe
as
for
others.
short encounters, short intimacy, one-time intimacy is okay, but it is not like I want to keep them in my life. Make sense? So
But
that's
because of their physical appearance.
it. Can be anything. It can be behavior. It can be physical appearance or something. So but the girls definitely I have in my life, or I had in my life in the past in relation, they didn't show that kind of genuine interest, and that's like she's saying sex enhances the emotional. It now we are not creating. It is emotional connection is there actually. So what happens is when you approach the girl, when you build like talking, when you're talking to the girl, the emotional connection is slowly building it. So sex definitely it is not creating from zero. So it was some level of emotional connection is already there. But when sex happened, it is amplified. It became bigger. That's what I mean to say. It is not creating from zero. The whole
Justin, do you
conversation.
think Sydney Sweeney will give Deepak immediate interest?
Who the hell is Sydney Sweeney? Is she one of my girls?
She was in that jeans commercial for like American Eagle, and everyone was like hating on her.
Sydney.
Yeah,
No, I don't know. I don't really pay attention much to NPC women. Like basically my mother and the girls who are on my system, then I pay attention to them. If they're not, I really don't pay attention.
Back to screen share. God, I need to pick another one. Hang on. Stop that. Start this. This is Sydney Sweeney. So she was in kind of like news recently, I guess. How many followers she got? As if that fucking matters. Millions, many millions, of course. But basically, she was in an American Eagle ad, and bitches got jealous about it. I think. I don't know. Something like that. Sydney Sweeney has great genes. So basically, I think a lot of racist people were looking at this and were saying, hey, that's
we're
racist.
thinking genes meant GENES.
Yeah, because they can't fucking read or shit.
Right. No, I don't know. I don't know how to answer this question. I don't really care what she thinks.
Deepak, you think you can score what's her name? Sydney Sweeney?
I mean, the thing is like maybe not the same girl, but I have got these kind of girls. Not this girl, not
did
this
she have
girl,
good
but
genes?
Huh?
Good genes or no?
Jeans?
This
do you
is
mean,
like a super
what she's wearing?
old fucking reference now. Anyway.
I am Cricket. Is that really your name? Is that really your name?
I am Indian guy directing, never worked. I
What you
am
talking to me?
Harshit. Remember my name?
I'm sorry. I'm sure that's
I'm
like a regular
Harshit.
name, like Joe
Remember,
or Steve.
I'm an
something
Indian
like
guy.
that.
Or Ice.
I'm Indian
But
guy.
I would change that name. Don't tell
Harshit.
people that your name is Harshit because it sounds like horseshit. So don't go around telling people, hey, my name is horseshit. I would change that name. Don't tell anyone. Just make up a surname that sounds cool and use that. Don't go around telling people your name is horseshit.
And learn proper game. Why you are like, if it is not working direct game, then don't push it. If something is not working, change it. In the software development or in anything. If one way of solving the problem is not working, then change the way you are solving the problem. Why you stick to one? Like I talked to Deepak and learned in direct game and call on the call. Okay, and so it's.
Deepak, is that like a normal Indian name, Harshit?
Harshit. We say Harshit.
You know any Harshits?
No, I will. It's not good.
You know any deep shits?
Use Indian name. So Harshit it can be an Indian name, but if somebody has to change. Somebody has to change the name, adopt to the environment. Then it is okay.
It's a real name. Yeah, like Harshit.
Oh, yeah, I'm
It can
sure
be.
it
Yeah,
is.
Harshit.
I just googled it. Harshit
Harshit
Saxena,
is it.
Harshit Rana, Indian cricket guy.
Yeah, it's a real name. Yeah.
This
Of
guy's a
course.
singer.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a
Saxena.
fake name. I'm saying that if it's presented outside of Indian culture, it's gonna sound like horseshit, especially to
It's
English
cultural.
speakers.
So yeah, so they're like, according to the environment, you can do some tweaks, and that's okay. Adapting to the culture.
I get deliveries and they keep or like Uber drivers and they keep saying Ise. I'm like, whatever. I don't
Ise?
bother correct because they don't. If
Ese.
it was in Spanish, it would be AIS to pronounce it as ice or AYS.
Okay,
but
ice.
in Spanish, that would just be Ise. So they just if they don't know that that's an English word, then or like a non-standard fucking name. Like they were gonna think, oh yeah, it's one of those random ass Peruvian names. Like I see like I got picked up in an Uber. What by the name? The driver was called Vladimir Lenin. I was like, what the fuck? But it was with a W. Very strange. They get like some Polish, Russian, random names here sometimes. Vladimir Lenin is Russian, but it had a W, so that's what I'm saying. Anyway, let's keep this fucking shit going. My point is culturally.
Yeah, there's a question about why I disagree with Ross Jeffrey's teachings. I don't. The only thing that I disagree with is that the he was talking about what is it? That mind control nonsense. NLP, yeah. And that there's no definitive real research on whether that works, you know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't really bond with this whole notion of like, let me learn special techniques to get girls. Like it just doesn't sit right with me. Like I just can't imagine like the archetype of James Bond saying that to himself. Like, let me try to do the thing, to learn the thing so I can get the thing. It just doesn't seem genuine. And then like I can see the neediness structure behind it. And like that's the whole reason for seeking out this sort of stuff in the first place. And it's just like it just in my mind, it just creates a lot of problems. I don't think it's wise to say like, oh, I'm going to learn special techniques to warp the mind of a girl so I can get what I want. Because that to me is kind of like what NLP in PUA sort of pushes. Like that's that maybe I don't have the right idea about the position, but that's
I got a tiny example for you, which we can lead with.
Sure.
So I got some questions once in a while. They're along the lines of like, how should I approach this woman from the side? Should I do the yad stop? Should I approach her from the front? Should I run after? I'm just like, whatever's natural. Like, I'm not going to tell you it has to be 87 degrees west, or like all the, and your coordinates need shut the fuck up. Whatever
are
needs,
her feet pointing towards you or not?
Yeah, it needs to be natural. Like whatever's natural, just fucking do that. Stop fucking complicating. 27 degrees west, 72 degrees north.
Yeah. What's the barometric pressure?
Stop. What the fuck is all this fucking shit? Just do whatever's natural. Mm-hmm. Like I don't think everyone needs to fucking deep dive on this on particular things like that, at least. But that's just like a small example.
I do think that one can have incredible influence. I don't even have to think it, like I know it. I know people can have incredible influence over others, right? This. It's part of how I live my life and conduct my relationships. But it's not with this mindset of like, I'm going to learn this thing or do this thing so that I can get this sort of thing. It's more of like, this is just how I am. Like I'm not like adopting things to become something or to produce a certain result, right? And I think that has more to do with when guys really learn to become it instead of like cosplaying as it. where you become a man of influence, become a man of leadership and domination, and and can influence women to just want to give to you rather than learning skills to produce a similar result, right? Like a being versus doing, that sort of thing. And so that this is kind of where like I kind of get caught up with Ross, because I feel like that's kind of his idea, like where I'm going to learn this thing to produce this mystical result, and it may work. I don't know. I don't really know much about NLP, but I did a little research, and I know that doesn't have conclusive evidence of it actually being a thing.
I have also like some guys who have asked about this thing. I mean, Ross Jeffrey, definitely, I will say, it can work. This can work, but it is it's not an easy system to implement, because the girl is willing to should be willing to listen to you. She must be slightly into you, at least like she is having an engaged conversation with you. You need to have a really good tonality also. You need to have a good grasp in the language what she is speaking. If she is Spanish, then you need to be very good Spanish speaker. If she is American, for example, American English like girl, then you need to, it is not like a guy with Indian accent and start to speak that pattern and she gonna like wet. It is not going to have that kind of effect. So
well, American girls are cooked anyways.
Yeah. What I'm saying is like, so there are like a lot of preconditions you have to met, and again, there is in the start, for example, the problem in the system is that, like, for example, the guy in New York, there is one guy who was Ross Jeffrey student. I don't want to disrespect Ross Jeffrey though, but he just came and approached the girl and start this connection pattern, and I was saying like, what is going on, and like, it is not going to work like that. We have to first get the girl to engage. Only maybe then it work. But then also, when the girl is engaged, then escalating the girl is much more efficient rather than like without touching the girl having this pattern. But do Ross Jeffrey system works? Yes, it works. But there are more efficient ways to do it. And sometimes it's the same thing, like Ross Jeffrey is a very sophisticated NATO, some artillery. You need like GPS, everything should be and the real game is like a Russian artillery. You just fucking shoot on the enemies, bam, 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 and it will just give the same result.
So you were mentioning preconditions or like pre things. You're talking about like tonality and this and that.
Yeah.
If those things are in place, then you necessarily wouldn't need something like NLP.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Saying.
Kind of
so
like
that's why
King
I'm not
Black
discarding
Canarsie
Ross
here.
Jeffrey.
Like King Black Canarsie here, he said like he tried these things, and then in parentheses, the most important part, he said she was into me already though. So then it's not necessary. So that what I would say is it wasn't NLP, it was you probably giving commands and her being obedient to them. Like that's probably what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think that is probably a more effective thing to do, is to exercise the ability to give commands, because it's a double edge. Because on one, it will challenge the insecurities of the guy, and two, it'll be a quick assessment to see if she is compliant. Right? Even simple things like, here, take my number, or come sit over here, or take my hand as we cross the street. Really simple things at first, and you can gauge the compliance, and it can get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper to see like how compliant she can be towards you. And that's just a really easy indication, So if you hold out your hands across the street and she's like, looks at you funny, it's like, all right, that's initially a thing. Her instinct does not trust you. No reason to go any further.
So like Ross Jeffrey, how in the case scenario, the way where the Ross Jeffrey system can work is like, for example, you approach the girl, you did the instant date, and there is some kind of intimacy, slightly into you. Now you're sitting in a bar or something, one-on-one interaction going on, and there you can make the system work, for example. But if that situation happens, then there are other ways, other alternative ways to make it work. That's what I want to say. So there you can do like escalation, like touching the girl escalation. that is also
I guess that's
effective.
the difference. I just realized, like, I'm not looking for attraction markers.
No. What I'm saying, like
I'm
the
looking
raw,
for
like
compliance.
I'm just saying, like, I'm just giving like an example, like where the Ross-Jeffrey system work, and then what
Right.
is the alternative system, what are the alternatives for that system. That's what I'm saying. And there's a one example we had we did it. I was with student in Sweden. So what we did was, like, we have this approach and then make the girl to sit with us in a bar and everything. So then like what we did was, like, we said, like, to the girl, the student want to bang the girl at any cost. So we said, like, okay, like, maybe escalation, it can, like, let's do with escalation, we do some, you are a tantric sex coach. So we build we do this tantric sex coach kind of thing, and we have these kind of, all this, we make this kind of like
So you're
some
lying?
huh
So you're
yeah.
lying?
So we are just saying, like, I was saying to the girl, student, and then he was saying this, how you do this thing, and this orgasm, and this and that and that. So it did work, but
Wait
we
a
noticed.
wait a second. He
Wait.
was lying?
Why not?
What? Do men of integrity lie?
There's nothing
Just
like
to get
integrity or
pussy?
something. So there is nothing like that. Like, this is if it is,
Is
if
lying.
no, but everybody lies.
You don't lie to get pussy. That
So
means it's so
It's a
special.
free
so this
bus.
is
But lying,
now
but
that's
lying
again
about
level of debate we have
but
to do.
lying about
But
who you are and what you can do just to impress some girl?
it,
Or
no,
to, like,
we are not impressing. Impressing will not work. But
yeah, no,
like,
that is a form of
so
impressing, because you're
so
saying
so
I
what
have
what
this
I want to say.
this greater sense of wisdom or knowledge that is, like, sort of like esoteric, it's special, right? That puts me in a perception of above other guys who don't know this thing, so that she can then perceive me as this, like, something
Again,
interesting
this
or
is
whatever, and it's all fake. He doesn't know
there
shit
is
about
nothing like
Tantra
fake
because
or
it takes
real. It is
years
about
to understand.
no, but there is nothing about fake or real. It is about being congruent. So
That's
again,
completely
I
incongruent.
no,
He
it
has
is
no knowledge
no,
of
no,
Tantra.
no, you don't need. But I noticed, like, the way for that tantra to happen, she need to find him attractive. That's what I want to say.
So
Okay,
but he's
so
lying. He doesn't know anything about Tantra.
no, but he banged her.
It doesn't matter. He's a worm for lying.
So when he was banging, he learned.
So that's what I'm saying. So
the goal is
no, go back. You said, but he banged her. It doesn't matter. He already conceded his integrity. It doesn't matter if he got the pussy.
So,
at the
like,
end.
this is again we
So
have to.
this is
That's
what I'm
again
saying. This goes all
political.
the way back to
This
what I was
again
talking
the
about
discussion
before
of
about making,
lying. Or
hang on, Deepak. This goes right back to what I was talking about before with making pussy this achievement, right? Being submissive, doing things at all costs, including shitting on your integrity, to lie about who and what you are in order to get a certain something. That is fucking cheap and low.
No,
that is
but
not a
this
man
is
of integrity.
but that is what you are saying. That is what you're saying. That it means that everybody is like is cheap, like cheap. Then, if, for example, in geopolitics people lie, and in religion people lie. So
yes, and that is
we
poor
say.
integrity.
So that is your definition.
Right, but if you look at the tenets
but
of say
I look
religion,
for the
you know what I'm saying?
I look for the what is successful rather than what is morally correct. I look for the success pattern, not like what is morality, because morality is human defined. Morality will change according to the time period. So there is no
which
such
is
thing
why
like
you
morality.
should hold your own. You should say, I don't lie to women. Like that should be a code of yours, should it not? Or do we just say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to be truthful to anybody or anything.
No, there is nothing like if lie is bringing
That's
good
shameful.
for the girl, and no, it's not shameful.
It is
your like it is what you think, but I can prove it with like so many examples that
look at
this is all subjective.
You reference religion a lot. Look at Hinduism. Does it promote lying as a way?
That's why we are not doing that's why we were enslaved. That's the problem. That's why Hinduism is not the best example to learn game.
I'm saying look at the
no. Hinduism is not the best example to learn game. We didn't adapt it.
Listen, Deepak, listen.
Yeah.
Just in a bubble, The tenets of the religion, the core, does it promote lying? As a tenet of saying, listen, follow these things and you'll be a good person. Does Christianity do that? Does Buddhism do that? Does Taoism do that? Does Shintoism do that? No. None of them promote to become a good person that you should
the
lie.
main religion you didn't talk about that is more like suitable to learn game. That's where the geopolitics, US geopolitics is.
I'm talking about being a good man. It does not begin with learning to lie.
Good man is the man who is loyal to his tribe.
No, who's loyal
who is
to
taking
his
care
principles.
of his people.
He's loyal to his principles.
My principles are for my people, for my tribe. That's
Yeah,
how
your
the
family, your
civilization
kids,
works.
yes.
But that's how the civilization works. That's how the religion works. If you see so it is because
Which is
my
based on
people, my tribe,
principles.
my loyalty to my people, my tribe. That's where my principle. But that's what I'm saying.
And you're saying that loyalty can include lying to people.
Lying, this is subjective
To like
because
maintain
in all things,
for example,
it's
it's pretty simple. You should not be telling women that you can do a certain thing or that so that she can perceive you as something that you're not. That is spineless. We are not saying we have to get this done as quick as possible, and we tried something new thing and it worked out, and that it's like it's not guaranteed to work every time with a rubber spine.
But I mean, he got orgasm, so I mean he's fine.
But at the cost.
But then he got like
spine.
What
at the cost of one's spine.
But this is how you think. So I can say, for example, for example, imagine I'm from India. So I can say, you know what, like Britishers ruled us. They did so much bad things. We are very dharmic and we don't break any rule. We accept everything, and one day they will be suffer. And now who is suffering? But they did it. They went away. They looted everything. They made it good there. So like they got successful, and we can say that, oh, I will stay with my values and I will not lie. I will stay dharmic, and this is not how it works. At the end, like my people lost, my civilization lost. Makes sense? So it is about winning the game, not about like who is lying or who is
right. She's
not
saying
lying.
winning,
If
I
am loyal to my tribe, if I'm loyal to my people, that is more important for me rather than staying dharmic and staying like I have never to lie. Because other people also, they came to India and lie about their intention and they made it, and now they left, and then like I can say in the next life they will get punished, but nobody's getting punished. They are enjoying their life. So I can give that argument. Make sense?
Yeah. He says, get this done as quick as possible. People actually listen to this guy. He has no values. So this is what Juliana said. And so what you're saying is like, okay, so my ancestors had to do some things. They had to compromise some principles in order to survive, to escape Europe so that they weren't killed. Okay. And that's what they had to do at the time. And certainly there were children that were killed. Okay. And that's just the reality of it. They had to strategize, but this is based off of survival. Like it's like, you know, my ancestors, if they didn't lie, they would all be dead. And I wouldn't be here.
Okay,
you know
so that's very interesting. So I do agree. Okay, survival. Okay,
but we're talking about pussy here. So let's some girl in a bar.
Okay, one minute. So I will here counter you. So you said based on survival. I do agree. When it comes to survival, it is okay. But what about when we say like USA is going to Iraq or Syria or any other? Now it is not about survival. So how you will be argue that? Now
right, because
USA is the richest. They have everything. Now the things are not about survival.
Right, and so it depends on what the goal is. And no, they should not be lying.
Hey, it's Casey.
What's up, guys?
Right? How you doing, Casey? They should not be lying. right? Like so I have the control over myself. I'm not going to lie to a woman to get something
So
out of her.
so I will say this thing.
Because
If you,
again, that is another structure that shows she
so
has power.
so this is how I say, if somebody is powerful, then his lie become truth. If somebody is weak, then his truth become lie. Nobody cares. If the power is the most important thing. If somebody is powerful, then his lie became the truth. If he is weak, then nobody cares. He can say truth all his life. Nobody cares.
And if he's powerful and has virtue, he can tell the truth, and that will be what the influence
Let's
is.
get Casey on in this. Casey,
Yes,
should
so-
you be lying to women about things?
Like,
So,
would you
get
lie to a
laid?
girl to say, like, about your profession?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Women don't really develop into full adults, I don't think, because their lives are so comically easy. It'd be kind of like a child. Like when you tell a child about Santa Claus, that's not a good example, but there may be harsh realities, war, nuclear war, corruption in governments, things that a child's brain isn't really adept to dealing with yet. And women are too coddled by society. I would think in a relationship, most things I would aim to not lie and be truthful about whenever I can. I wouldn't look for excuses to lie or be deceitful or be dishonest. But yeah, I just think that there's certain things that they can't handle.
Well, the reason why this came up was that he was like Deepak is a coach, and he had an earpiece in his student. Like they were at they were just talking to her, probably a phone call or something. And the student was talking to some girl at a bar, and he was giving him like word for word like what to say. And he said, tell this girl that you are like this tantra master and explaining these tantric concepts and things like that. When this guy had very little experience with women at all, and he absolutely was not a tantric master, he knew nothing of tantra, only as a means of like changing her perception so that he could fuck her. And I'm saying, as a man, as something that like should be seen as someone who's grounded, reliable, and honest, like that is deplorable. Like to teach someone to do that sort of thing. Like, and he's like, but he got laid. And I'm like, yeah, but at the cost of your integrity. Like, why would you even bother lying to a child? Like that they're beneath you. You know what I mean? There's no reason. Like, I mean, I told my kids that Santa doesn't exist when they're fucking 4 years old. Like, no, it's my efforts that puts that shit under the tree, not some magical, mystery tour, And they're like, oh, okay, I get it. And now they're actually appreciative when these things happen. So like, I don't pull punches with girls just because they're girls. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie to them to soften something or lie to them to make me look better. I already know I'm better because they are the child.
Yeah, I can see in that instance, it could probably get him into trouble. I guess in this instance, it got him laid, but then afterwards, she's probably like, that's how a tantric sex master fucks, huh? Interesting,
And if you know anything about tantra, it actually has very little to do with actual like penis and vagina activity. It's way bigger than that. So if
yeah, I know the basics of it. I'm no expert on it, but I know it's about oming and meditation and stuff, right?
A lot of energy transfer and non-sexual touching. But I don't know. It just like my thing is that there's so many issues with guys today about their manhood as like a foundational premise that to lie about shit just to get pussy, to get the validation that their ego is seeking from women doesn't do them any justice. It doesn't solve the foundational problem. It just makes things worse, because then they go, oh, the ego goes, hey, that worked. I can continue lying. I can continue presenting myself falsely, and I don't ever show up genuinely, because deep down, probably just hate themselves. Deep down, they're very insecure. Deep down, they have a terrible relationship with their own identity. So they're like, all right, well, I'll just keep concocting. And it's like, you'll never grow to be someone who people look to, a woman and children, saying, I believe in this person. I can rely on this person, and he's dependable to follow, and trust, like implicitly. Like that comes through honesty, not lying.
Yeah, I guess the goal is to build yourself up and have the life experience, the accomplishment, so that you don't have to lie. right? She asks you what you do. You can say you do some dope shit because you actually do some dope shit, or whatever she asks about. There's a cool story to back it up. There's a cool origin story. There's cool shit to back it up. But no, I overall agree. I would just say my only caveat would be like, little white lies or something like that. Like, did you think the waitress was pretty? I'm not going to say yes to that. I'm sure you would.
I would.
You would?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I'd point out like, yeah, what do you think of her tits? I think they're amazing. What do you think? And like put the pressure
That's
on
what
it.
healthy relationships are built on.
Exactly. But I think white lies are fine. Like if they're obvious white lies, like the little thing, like, what'd you do today? And you're like, oh, I saved some kittens from a burning building, like obviously that is not true. It's so far out of reality, that it's funny, right? It's a funny white lie, but projecting an image of something that you're not simply to put your dick in a little wet hole is just ridiculous.
If you're congruent and then that's all that matters. If you're not congruent, then it will not work.
But congruence doesn't include lying. That's like the antithesis of congruence. Thoughts, words, and actions.
Again, I have explained you like the examples I have given you. So that's how the things are.
Yep. Yeah, young villain. I burns that ship real quick.
Yeah, my daughter pointed at like a mascot, and she told me that's not a real bear or whatever animal it was trying to be. I was like, oh, how could you spoil that for me?